And hey, what's up guys, it's your boy Court here with another video, and in today's video we're going to be doing a tier list on typesoul builds. So yeah, this is going to take place right after the Quincy Keto nerf and also some of the Kendo nerfs as well. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so first up here we do have Quincy Keto. Now in terms of Quincy Keto, I honestly thought this would be an S before the nerfs. So this is actually an A now. It still is pretty good, but after the nerfs, it just isn't as strong. And the main reason for that is because of Let's, specifically in ranked as well. True Let's was super strong because you could just shoot it across the map. And this new kind of Let's nerf or Let's rework has made Quincy Keto way weaker. I know the slide still works, but other than that, it's just not that viable. Now for Arrancar healing, you guys might be guessing that I'm going to put it into an S, but I'm actually going to put this right in front of Quincy Keto in the A tier because of the nerfs in healing. They did make it a bit harder to actually be a healing main in ranked or like a support main. I know the skill boxes are still pretty good. Bloody Canvas is really nice as well, but it's just not that strong anymore. It can be countered very easily. Even like that kind of like spear move as well, that can be countered very easily with Hakuda. Okay, now next up here we have Arrancar Kendo. Now guys, the reason why I'm putting different races in this is because I'm taking into account all the reses or volts or shrifts or even shikais that are in place with these as well that you can actually use these different races. So because of that, for Arrancar Kendo, I'm putting that into an S tier for sure. Kendo is probably, even after the nerfs, still one of the strongest things in the game. And the reason why I say that is because of the Kendo skill boxes. And also like that one flowing, I think it's called flowing petals or something. That move is very, very nice. A lot of mobility with it as well, including flower passage and eviscerate. It's just really, really strong. And the reason why I'm saying Arrancar is really good with this as an S tier is mainly because of all the reses that it can match with. It's really good with Stark. It's really good with Vamp. It's really good with like basically any res on Arrancar. It can just match up really good. Like I've even seen some people with Acid with Arrancar Kendo that have gone absolutely crazy in rank. Now next up here we have Arrancar Hakuda, and I'm just going to put that there right in front of Kendo. I think Arrancar Hakuda is probably one of the most broken builds in the game. Specifically the build I run, which is Speed Hakuda Keto with skill boxes for Keto, is very, very strong. And it's mainly just because of the weapon, the Grimjow Claws. It's really strong. It's like the fact that that weapon that M2 gives you just a free just up tilt into an air combo is very broken. And if you even go Keto with it, you can M2 into confinement, and that's a true combo right there as well. Reses that I would say are really good with Arrancar Hakuda would be like basically anything that you can get close with. Acid's really good because of Nullify, and Contaminate can get you into a combo. Vamp is alright. I wouldn't recommend Vamp at all with Hakuda for Arrancar. I would say Stark is pretty nice because you can Buster into M2, or even Corazon is really nice as well. And yeah, pretty much anything else like Storm, for example, or anything common like that, that also works very well with Hakuda as well. Now next up here, we actually have Arrancar Keto. Honestly, Arrancar Keto, at first I thought was very strong. It's still pretty strong. So because of that, I'm going to probably put it here in front of Arrancar Healing. Now you guys are probably looking at me like, Court, what's wrong with you? Why are you putting Arrancar Keto in front of Arrancar Healing? So I'm going to put it for one main reason, and that's Sero Sweep and Bala Drive. Not to mention Sero Salvo that was just added, which is literally a hyper armor grab move into a free Bala Drive most of the time. I, in my personal opinion, think Arrancar Keto is super strong and super broken. The only reason why it's not higher is because of some of the other things we're going to be getting on later on here. For example, like Quincy Kendo, Quincy Hakuda, SR Keto specifically is stronger than Arrancar Keto, and I'll get into those as well. Okay, now next up here, we do have Arrancar Speed. Now Arrancar Speed, I think Speed is also dominating meta as well. And I think Arrancar is pretty good solely for the fact of Bone and just some other reses. Like I know Devil doesn't work very well on most reses, but Devil is actually pretty decent on Speed. But I'm gonna have to put it behind Quincy Keto. That one's definitely going in an A tier for sure. But the main reason why it's going on that is just because Arrancar Speed is like, the reses don't really match up too much with the speed. You have to go a specific res. Like I know like a good speed build would be like, I can't even think of one, but yeah, like pretty much like it's not that good, but it is pretty nice with the skill box. Now, next up here, we do have Quincy Hakuda. Now, before the nerf, Quincy Hakuda was really, really broken. I know they nerfed Warden a tiny bit, but even after the Warden nerf, it's still an S tier. Quincy Hakuda is better. Actually, no, I'm gonna put this in front of Kendo. Quincy Hakuda is definitely better than Arrancar Kendo, and for the main reason of Warden and the fact that you can just get that free chain grab in the air or on the ground into a full combo is very broken. The skill boxes are alright too, but I personally have a Quincy Hakuda kind of like account, and it's very strong, and I have Fear on it. Like Fear would be really good. I've seen some people go crazy with even Glutton on it, which isn't really meant for Hakuda in my opinion. But yeah, it's just really strong. Even Miracle's crazy too. But yeah, I would go with Quincy Hakuda being in an S tier as well. Now next up here, we have Quincy Healing. I've rarely seen this in my entire life. So we're just going to put this in a B. I haven't seen it too much to even be able to really rate it, but I've seen a lot more arrancar healing rather than Quincy healing. So, I mean, healing overall is pretty good, but I'm going to have to put it in a B tier. Now, next up, we have Quincy speed. This, in my opinion, is for sure S tier. It's very, very strong. Quincy speed, mark my words, is going to be super broken. A lot of people haven't realized it, but you can spam arrows from the back, go straight into a Spectre Step, and it almost always posture breaks into an M2 or Fast Fang. It's very strong, and it's very underrated right now too. Next up, we have Soul Reaper Hakuda. So before Fire Shunko was added, I was actually going to put this kind of in an A tier, but I actually have a Fire Shunko account with Berserk, which is a super, super broken build because of Hyper Armor off of Berserk. I'm going to put SR Hakuda, depending on your build, in an S tier in front of Quincy Speed. And the main reason why I'm doing that is because Quincy Speed is good, but SR Hakuda, the M2 off of wind gives you a free M2 tilt up into the air. The M1s give you an extra kind of wind attack with it, I guess you can say. And the M2 on Flame Shunko is so broken. Oh my gosh, I'm going to show you guys some clips right here because I'm pretty sure in this video right now I'm playing on my SR Hakuda. You can see I grab them with the M2 and it's a free catching dragon almost every single time into a full other combo. It's so strong and so underrated. That's definitely going to be in meta if they don't nerf it. Next up here, we have Quincy Kendo. Quincy Kendo's pretty alright. I'm going to put that probably in an A tier, right in front of Arrancar Speed in my opinion. Now, the reason why I'm putting it not to an S tier or anything is because Kendo's just broken in general because of the skill boxes, but I wouldn't really have too many strong builds with Kendo, except like maybe like Visionary, but Visionary is better with Speed. That's why Speed's an S tier. Glutton's pretty good with Kendo, but Glutton works better with Speed as well just because of Spectre Step, and just Strata Strike goes very good with it. It's a good combo mix. But yeah, I would go with that being in an A tier. Now, next up, we have SR healing. I haven't seen a single SR soul ever use it. I'm putting that in C tier. I already know it's going to be garbage in my opinion. But yeah, that I'm not putting it any higher. Healing's decent, but SR healing is for sure garbo. Now, next up here, guys, this is probably the most important part of the video, what you guys have all been coming for. SR Keto. This is probably the strongest thing in the game. I promise you, it's so OP. This goes at the very pinnacle in front of Arrancar Hakuda. It just destroys my Arrancar Hakuda. It's so underrated and it's slowly climbing meta because other things are getting nerfed. SR Keto, mark my words, is the strongest thing in the game and has been since old Type Soul. The main reason is the skill boxes. The skill boxes, any of them is broken. You have one that's basically a lightning Sero. You have one that literally stuns you, which gets them to that flame blade that does all your health. You have one that can literally send dragons flying to you. You can't escape it. It's so broken. And keep in mind, when those dragons hit you, you get a very strong debuff on you as well. That Grand Ray Sero used to give to you as well, but doesn't anymore. So keep that in mind. It's very, very broken. Not to mention an old Type Soul, they had Kuro Essence or Kuro Hitsugi Essence. Very broken. You could have just Kuro Essenced into another move and it just does all their health. Trust me, SR Keto has to be nerfed, but I'm not even going to say any more than that. It's just so broken. Anytime I face an SR Keto, Alt F4 is #1 on my priority. Now for the next one, we have SR Kendo. SR Kendo is actually very decent, but it's really good for engaging, and you can actually do Flower Passage into Blitz into vertical down. That's also a very good combo. So honestly, I'm putting SR Kendo probably right behind Arrancar Keto. It's actually pretty strong. Now for the last thing of this video, we have SR Speed. Now SR Speed is, I'm going to put it in S tier right behind Quincy Speed. Now you guys might be wondering, why is Arrancar Speed all the way back here and Quincy and SR Speed are up here? Now the main reason for that is because Arrancar Speed, I really don't see, I see Arrancar's playing it, but it's mainly for the skill boxes. The reses don't help them too much. I know Light came out, and you know what? Just because of Light, I'm going to put it in front of Quincy Kendo, but it's really not that strong. Like, Light pretty much makes the build right now for anything. That's why Arrancars are so strong right now, especially like Arrancar, like Kendo Light is super broken right now. So because of that reason, I'm keeping these two up here just because the Shrift and Shikais go way better than the rest is when it comes to speed. So yeah, guys, that was pretty much the tier list. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, or even have any other ideas, or if you think anything else should be placed differently in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe. I think we're like 8 or 7 subscribers from 1K. Let's hit that 1K real quick. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.